What's good? Y'all know who it is. Y'all know what it is. Your boy Matthew Shack, live here in Los Angeles. What's going on with y'all? Welcome to Matthew Shack Unfiltered. I'm driving right now, man. I gotta go. I gotta go. Your boy gotta go get his hair cut. So I got a barber appointment, and I gotta fight some traffic to get over there, man. So I figured I'd come in and chop it up with you guys, man. Talk about some stuff. First things first, salute to the Unfiltered Nation. Salute to the Unfiltered fam. Salute to the Mod Squad. Salute to the goons. You know, run the likes up. Keep the likes at 50%. Last but not least, tip the bartender. I'm not going to be able to read your comments, obviously, because I'm driving. But I can talk. And that's all that really matters. Hope you guys are having a good day, man. I got me some Starbucks. I got me some Randy's donuts. It's gonna take me some time to get over this hill, bro. So I wanted to chop it up with you guys about Mark Davis and what he had said at the owners meetings that they have. They always have the winter meetings, and in Texas. So they, you know, that before the end of the season, they always meet up, and this is when they make decisions collectively as a ownership consortium. Is when they talk about different plays that they may want to get rid of, or certain rules they want to institute, or certain strategies regarding the collective bargaining agreement, all this kind of stuff. So he was asked some questions. Salute to Hondo Carpenter, because he was one of the people that were there in the room, and he was the one that actually I heard the interview. It's about 10 minutes long. So salute to him, so we can actually hear the owner of the Las Vegas Raiders actually speak. So Mark Davis, you know, he's pretty off the cuff, but you know, he's pretty straightforward with how he says what it is he's saying. But at the end of the damn day, we don't care about all the other stuff. We only care about certain subjects. And I know what subjects those are. The first one is Antonio Pierce. What is up with AP? Is AP going to be around? And the second one would be Tom Telesco. What's up with him? What's going on with that situation? How does Mark feel about the season? The third thing would be Tom Brady and what his involvement is going to be. And the fourth thing is going to be the quarterback situation. So let's just get to the elephant in the room first and foremost. Like I said before, you guys talk amongst yourselves. I am driving, so I will not be reading comments. Antonio Pierce, man. And whether or not Mark Davis gave any indication of whether or not AP will be retained coming into the next year. Now, I've seen a whole lot of AP slander, AP vitriol, hate from a lot of people in the nation, bro. And like I always try to tell you, it's not my job to tell y'all how to be. But my job is to tell you what the facts are. You know, over here, we're not trying to listen to nothing nobody's talking about. Okay? We're going to do what we're going to do over here. And that is we're pro AP over here. Because we understand what happened all the other times when coaches weren't getting things done, and how quick y'all was not trying to remove somebody. So we understand this has nothing to do with football. A lot of people's bias don't have anything to do with the football, and what's being done on the grass has to do with who is on that sidelines with that headset. Who is it? Not what they're doing, not their work, not their body of work, not their record. It's who it is. So if it comes down to that, we're not vibing with you on that. But as far as Mark Davis is concerned, Mark Davis didn't say anything about AP that much. That was like the last question that was pretty much asked. He pretty much said that he was unhappy with the season. He wasn't satisfied with what's being, how we are progressing on the field, what the record is. He's disappointed. But if you remember what he said last season, he said he was disappointed at the winter meetings. If you think about what he said the year before, he said he was disappointed. And if you go back a year before that, when Gruden was there, he was disappointed. So this is what he says every winter. Because every winter we're disappointing. Is that a reflection on Antonio Pierce? It could be. But as far as what he's concerned, he's not happy with what's going on, but he's never happy with what's going on. Okay? So to me, it's like, okay, you didn't get nothing for Christmas last year. You didn't get nothing this year. You're the same. You didn't get nothing the year before. So what's the difference? You're never happy this time of year. So that's the first thing. AP wasn't really addressed outside of the last question that was asked. I was waiting. I'm like, when are y'all going to ask about Antonio Pierce? Because they were concerned about everything else. And Mark said that obviously, which is made sense to me, obviously Tom Telesco and AP did not get hired at the same time, which is something that was not done previously. If you look at all the previous coaches and the previous general managers, they came in collectively. They came in together. This situation didn't happen like that. And he made it clear. They are separate and they will be evaluated separately due to the fact that they were two separate situations, two separate decisions, two separate transactions. Josh and Dave package deal. Okay. Gruden and Mayock package deal. AP got hired first. Tom Telesco got hired second. These guys are not married. These guys are individuals. They are two independent contractors at this point, which makes sense to why it's not working. When you got two dudes who aren't evenly yoked, who are hired two different ways, I mean, it makes sense that they're not gelling so quick. All right. So he made it clear that he's definitely going to evaluate each person separately, meaning that based on what I'm taking it as, AP is not going to be judged on what Telesco didn't do, and Telesco's not going to be judged on what Antonio Pierce didn't do. He said it out of his own mouth. They're going to be evaluated separately. What more do you need to hear? What more do you need to hear? They're not married. They're not together. It's just like a lot of y'all. Just because y'all was seen with a fine shooby dooby don't mean that y'all dating. Y'all just went to lunch. Y'all just went to coffee. Y'all just saw each other at the mall and decided to walk around together. You don't get to run back to the homies talking about you're clapping that. No, you're not together. That's not your girl. They ain't got no relationship. Simple as that. So Mark made that clear. I was like, okay, that's one thing. Good to know that. It probably bodes well for AP that isn't the case, because he knows what AP didn't get. He knows AP didn't get a damn thing. If he's saying I'm judging them separately, he's gonna have to judge AP honestly as well. What did I give him personally? I gave him a general manager who didn't give him what he needed. Simple as that. I think that sounds good for Antonio Pierce. Does that mean that he's gonna have a job? I don't know, but I think that that's good that he's not being judged based 100% based on what he's did, because obviously he said that they're going to be separate. The second thing was Tom Telesco. He spoke glowingly about Tom Telesco. He said Tom Telesco's doing a good job. Tom Telesco had a good draft. This is what Mark Davis is saying. Tom Telesco has done everything he's requested, and it sounded like Tom Telesco got him a job, bro. Tom Telesco ain't going nowhere based on what Mark Davis said, because Mark Davis was making it clear he don't got no problems or no qualms with anything Tom Telesco's done. As far as he's concerned, Tom Telesco's done a great job. Even though he's disappointed in the season, he obviously, Tom Telesco ain't going nowhere, because he was talking about, all the things, the challenges that came in when he came in and what he did and how he righted the ship and how he did this and that. So based on what Mark Davis said, it really sounded like Tom Telesco is safe. He ain't going nowhere. All right. Then the majority of the conversation had to deal with Tom Brady. What is Tom Brady going to be doing? What is Tom Brady's his modus operandi, his MO? What is he going to be doing on a daily basis? What is to be expected of him? How involved is he going to be? All of that. That was the majority of the conversation. The interview was 10 minutes long. Tom Brady was supposed to be a lot bigger than he's gonna be. According to Mark Davis, all you guys that really want Tom Brady to take over and be instrumental is what Mark Davis wanted to happen. He said out of his own mouth, he said, what was your bringing in Tom Brady? What was your what was your plan? What was your mode of thought? He said, I wanted Tom Brady to be an employee, quote unquote. He said, I wanted Tom Brady to work for me. Employee. What does that mean? That doesn't mean owner. That means come in here, sit down, have a desk, punch in, and work here. That was what he wanted. Okay? Not only did he want Tom Brady to buy into the team and be a co-owner, he wanted him to work for the Raiders. But the NFL owners, they threw that out. They said you cannot have him work for you too. He's either an owner or an employee. The NFL, they nixed that. So for all you guys that really wanted Tom Brady to come in, and you guys tell me, well, Shaq, Tom Brady's not going to allow this to happen, and he's going to bring in Mike Vrabel, and he's going to do this, and he's going to do that. Nah, he's not going to do this, and he's not going to do that, bro. Because Mark Davis said that he's not allowed to do this and do that because the NFL changed the rules on his ass. See, every time the Raiders try to do something, the NFL does something. Okay? So that whole what Tom Brady's not going to allow and all of that, that's out the door. All right. The second thing is this. He said, I had to make sure that it was known that we are not going to be in the way of Tom's Fox deal. He said it out of his own mouth. The Fox situation is Tom's number one priority. Like I told you, number one job. And he said, I made it clear that Tom Brady, we are not going to be in the way and have anything to do with Tom while he is on that Fox telecast, quote unquote. So all of this, Tom Brady's going to be operations. No, he's not. While the football season is on, Tom Brady's not going to be making no decisions. He can call. He says, I'm on the phone with him frequently. He can give input, but I am not going to be speaking to Tom a lot during the season. Okay? There's not going to be a lot of conversation during the season because that's part of the deal to let him be an owner. He said, we're not going to be in the way of Fox. There goes your second thing that you guys just found out about that I told you wasn't going to happen. You think Tom is going to give up a $600 million deal with Fox to come in here and run day-to-day operations for the Raiders? No, not only is he not going to run the agreement to make him an owner and be on the telecast at the same time. It's an unfair advantage for the Raiders to have somebody that's able to know what you know when you're doing these telecasts, when you're going around and talking to these other players and you're going in these other facilities. You can't go in there and say, hey, well, you know what? They use this type of jugs machine, or they run their practices like this and that. When you're interviewing players and coaches, you go back to your team and tell them what's going on. No, the owners weren't going for that. They're like, you can't be day-to-day operations and dealing with the Raiders while the season's on. That's the first thing they said. Well, actually, it's the second or third thing. After that, they asked them, well, after the season, which is going to be week 18 for us, Are you guys are going to be able to bring Tom in and start figuring out what you're going to do next season with the draft, with the quarterback situation, with the coaching situation, and all of that? Mark Davis said, well, Fox is hosting the Super Bowl this year. So that's an extra 2 or 3 or 4 weeks after the season. So no. Tom Brady won't be available to the Raiders until after the Super Bowl because Fox is hosting the Super Bowl and Tom is still working for Fox. So what does that mean? That means Tom Brady's #1 job is Fox. His #1 priority is Fox. Not the Raiders, not anything else. Fox #1, Raiders out the way. Mark Davis is going to keep himself out of the fold until Tom is completely done with Fox, including the Super Bowl. So when you see Tom Brady sitting up there with Terry, sitting up there with Michael Strahan, Howie Long, Jimmy Johnson, and Kirk Menefee, he's not doing a thing for the Raiders. No. Right? I love it. I love the fact that I told you guys this before. But you go off, y'all. Go off, man. Your favorite content creator knows everything, but he doesn't. Unless he's me. So in regards to that, they asked him, well, how did you and Tom connect? He says, well, I wanted him to play quarterback for us back in 2018. I wanted him to come and play for us. That's the first time I ever heard him publicly say that he wanted Tom Brady to be the quarterback. But we all know he didn't make that decision because John Gruden said he wanted to go with Derek Carr. And that's what it was. Now, in your mind, you're thinking, well, John Gruden works for Mark Davis. Mark Davis should have been able to tell him to get rid of DC because, like you said, y'all wanted DC gone, right? Mark Davis made it clear. He says, when I hire people, I stay out of the way. I hire them. I keep a tally. I have a list of things that I'd like, but the decision is on them, quote unquote. So the reason why Tom Brady won a Super Bowl for Tampa Bay and didn't win one for you was because John Gruden had the latitude from the owner. He says, that's just how I do it. I just prefer to let the guys I hire do their jobs. Now, when they don't do their job correctly, it's my fault. But I let my guys do their job. I don't tell them what to do. Okay? So whoever's running the show is running the show. You know what that means? That means Tom Telesco runs the team. Simple as that. Now, as far as the evaluation on AP, that's on him. I don't think Tom Telesco has the power to fire AP because he made it clear that's 2 separate situations. But any coach under Tom Telesco, let's just say AP is gone and Mike Vrabel's brought in, or whoever else you guys are, Ben Johnson, whoever else you guys are caping for, Tom Telesco is going to be able to decide what he wants to do. But once again, Mark Davis confirmed what I've been saying on this channel. Anybody that's blaming Antonio Pierce for what's going on with this football team just shows you don't know football. You don't know what the hell you're talking about, because Mark Davis said Tom Telesco is running it. The only thing he's not is a personal decision from Mark Davis. Everything else, the quarterback, the not signing Josh Jacobs, the Riddle, and Bradley is just barely getting off the practice squad. Let's go, like I've been telling you guys. All you guys running around trying to say we're 2-10 because of AP. Nope. Nope. Once again, you guys are out here looking crazy out here. You're walking out here in a thong Speedo when it's 20 degrees outside. You look crazy. All you guys talking all that shit look crazy because Mark Davis made it clear. Tom Telesco runs the team. He runs the personnel decisions. He runs the draft. He runs who's doing what. And if AP is not getting what he needs to get out there and do what he needs to do, that ain't on AP, because Tom Telesco doesn't get a vote. He doesn't get any type of input on whether or not Antonio Pierce is the coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Only he gets to decide that. Only he does. And it doesn't get no better than that. It doesn't get no better than that to have Mark Davis tell y'all. And if you can't believe that, all you got to do is go to Hondo Carpenter's YouTube page and listen to the interview yourself, because that's what I did. We're done with the AP talk. This ends that. The way AP doesn't retain his job ain't got nothing to do with Tom Brady. Don't got nothing to do with Tom Telesco. It has everything to do with Mark Davis, because he said it's separate. There's nothing else to talk about. Told you guys that shit. Been told you. Nothing you're going to do. If Mark Davis says AP's the coach, there's nothing you can do but be mad. That's it. Nothing you can do but be mad that the bald, low-rating, riding guy, black guy from Compton is your coach still. Nothing you can do. And I love it. I love it, because I've been told you that. All right? Yeah, I'm yelling because I needed to make that shit clear. Don't come over here telling me nothing about Antonio Pierce again. What you need to do is go to PF Chang's in Las Vegas and go find Mark Davis. He ain't hard to find. Go to his booth that he always sits in and go tell him what you don't like about Antonio Pierce. Don't come over here, because Mark Davis made it clear. Tom Telesco don't got no talk. No talk when it comes to who's the coach until Mark says the decks are clear. If Mark decides to clear the decks, you have what you want. Somebody that doesn't look like AP being your coach. Until then, you don't have no say. Period. We can go 13 losses in a row. There's nothing you can do. I love it, bro. I love it. I love how stupid you guys look. I love it. Okay? Last but not least, Mark Davis said, as far as the quarterbacks is concerned, he says, I'm gonna leave that to Tom. Leave that to the guys. I told him what I wanted. Now, here's the thing. I think that Mark is Al Davis's son. At least that's what I've always thought. I've always thought Mark Davis was the offspring of Al Davis. Now, if anybody got any proof that that's not to be true, please let me know. But my entire Raider life, I've known Mark Davis to be the son of Al Davis. They don't give out every bit of information. They ain't going to give you the whole script. They'll give you a little, what we used to call a Cliff Notes version of a book. When we were in high school, we didn't want to read the whole book. We go get the Cliff Notes version and just read the Cliff Notes. Because I wasn't trying to read no big ass long book. I just read the Cliff Notes. So it gave you the Cliff Notes. I really think Mark is going to be telling them Shador. I think Mark has already said what he needed to say. But that's family business. Not necessary to give up family business, bro. Okay? But I'll say this. I love that interview, bro, because anybody else running around with their heads cut off, man, you guys are just going to be walking around headless horsemen. Y'all just going to be walking around looking crazy, bro. The main thing is this. Let's recap, and then I'm going to get off of here because I can't read your post because I'm driving. Right now I'm at stoplight. Number one, Tom Telesco ain't going nowhere. That's facts. He didn't say it, but damn. When you say he did a good job, he had a good draft, he did this, Tom's done a good job. When you got that, you're not going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere, man. As much as I want Tom Telesco to be gone, and I want my boy Chip Kelly to be the not Chip Kelly, whatever his name is. Okay. Yeah, Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly. Okay. But whatever it is, he's not going to be the GM. Okay? It's not happening. Number two, Tom Telesco don't have no juice when it comes to AP having a job. Tom Brady don't got no juice. Only person that has juice is Mark Davis. The only person that Antonio Pierce has to impress is MD. That's it. MD, that's it. Nobody else. Okay? If MD wants him to be, and MD likes what he sees, and AP ain't lost the locker room. He may have lost a lot of the fans, but so what? A lot of y'all told me you didn't want him to be the coach from jump. How do you not want him to be the coach from jump when he hadn't coached yet? There's some other things that got nothing to do with football. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense not to want somebody as hard as y'all don't want. Pause. As hard as you're going for that man. Pause. For you not to want him from the beginning, there's something that about him that you ain't feeling. And it's only a couple of things you could say. Okay? So Mark Davis is going to make that decision. I don't want to hear nothing more about what Tom Brady's not going to allow and who Tom wants to bring in and all of that. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Third, Tom Brady can't do nothing until after the Super Bowl. He's not going to be involved with the Raiders till after the Super Bowl. That's that. And last but not least, as far as the quarterback is concerned, I really think Mark Davis has said what he needed to say. What a dumbass, man. A lot of dummies out here on these roads, man. Be careful, man. He said that he's not going to tell his people what to do, but I think he's already kind of told them what to do. Be honest. I mean, I think everybody knows. I mean, does your boss need to tell you what you know he wants already? I mean, I think he kind of already told you. I mean, you got to be honest, man. If they told you, if the owner of the yard comes out and says, "Man, damn, it's really, man, there's a lot of debris and a lot of trash around here, man. Damn, why it's so trashy?" And he walks into his office. Does that mean that you don't start grabbing a broom and start picking up shit? No. He didn't have to tell you, "Yo, man, clean this shit up." Unless you're just a dummy. If he's telling you, "Yo, man, this isn't how we should be presenting ourselves around here, fellas. You're gonna start cleaning up if you want a job." Same shit. I think he knows he better get him a Shador. I don't even think it's about Cam Ward. I don't even think it's about a quarterback. I think it's about him getting Shador Sanders. That's what Mark wants. Okay? Mark wants a splashy, marketable quarterback. There's no other quarterback in college that's more out there and more marketable than Shador Sanders, because he's already on TV. He's already known. He's already got the $1 million smile. He's already got, the Nike deal and the commercials and all of that. That's what he wants. He wants somebody he could put on a billboard. Cam Ward might be better, maybe, but he's not more marketable. And in Vegas, it's about marketability. When you go to Las Vegas, you're seeing signs that say the Blue Man Group. You're seeing signs that say David Copperfield. You're seeing signs that say Donny Osmond on it. You're seeing signs for all these residencies and people that are playing there. It's constant signage everywhere you go. Okay? Constant. You want somebody you could put on a billboard that says Raiders. And you don't have that. And that's it. So once again, you guys, I'm on the freeway. I'm on the 405, man. These people out here driving like fools. That's why I'm glad I don't have to be out here every day. But I'm on my way to go get a haircut, go get myself flying fresh to death. Make sure you guys are checking out all the videos. And if anything else pops out, I'll be on here later on in the day. But make sure you go and you listen to Hondo Carpenter. I'm directing you to him. That's where I heard it at. Go right to his, I wish I knew his YouTube page, but hey, come on, man. You can just put his name in and go listen to it. It's only 10 minutes. But if you don't come away with the things that I said, there's no helping you. I'm really happy Mark came out and said something, because he's probably not going to say nothing again for about another year or so. All right, man. Love all y'all, man. About to check a filter.